Prime babyface.
Of all,
He made a name for himself. He was putting face paint on. That's your guy now?
Young Buck. Like, stop what's beating the Young Buck. I don't want to see him everywhere. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm your boy Carl Smarks here, and this is another rendition of Smarkin Around. And without further ado, let me introduce to you the biggest baby face in Smarkin Around. The man that if he doesn't like you, it's you. It's not him. He is a Johnny Boy.
man, you couldn't have said it any better. And I know who exactly you're talking about. He's the biggest hater here, right, of Cody Rhodes. And I'm targeting him. Go ahead, Carl. Introduce him.
And the next co-host, we got the man that you gotta say his name more than twice because it's so nice. The right-hand man of the tribal chief, the real tribal chief. His name is Triple J Joe.
Man, I thought you guys forgot about me.
No, man, you're never forgotten about. And we got a special guest for you guys tonight. He goes by the name at Second City Rain. He is the former admin of Cult of Personality. His name is REY.
What's up?
Ray. What's up, Ray? What's up, buddy? How are you, buddy?
Doing real good, doing real good. Happy to be here. I'm excited. Nice to meet everyone here. Johnny Boy, Joe. Good to meet everyone.
Hey, so man, we got a lot of wrestling to talk about. It's been a wild week. It's been a wild couple weeks. We haven't got together since what was it? Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Was it that Saturday?
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, that's Sunday. I think that was right.
Sunday, yeah. And then before that, we had King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia. So there's a lot to cover, man. What's got you guys hyped so far?
Well, I just want to start off with Cody Rhodes' I Quit match coming up here, and what's that pay-per-view coming up right now?
Clash at the Castle.
I can't wait because AJ Styles is gonna say I quit, right, Joe?
I just want to say thank you, AJ, for beating his ass.
Oh, Ray, what's your thought about this upcoming wrestling pay-per-view called Clash of the Castle?
I, for one, am very excited. I'm very hyped for the pay-per-view itself. I know it's just we're only about 6 days away, if I remember correctly, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about the second Clash of the Castle premium live event, pay-per-view, or whatever you want to say. The first one was a huge success, so I'm looking forward to this sequel pay-per-view to Clash of the Castle. Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship in an I Quit match. Very much looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. No doubt Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles are going to put on another classic just like in France at Backlash. So I'm looking forward to see what they give us in Scotland, this time with an I Quit match.
Yeah. When's the last time we had an I Quit match?
Oh man, I can't even recall an I Quit match.
It has been a while, if I remember correctly.
Those always get me excited too.
Batista.
It's a great payoff match. It's like a steel cage. Put him in a cage. If this rivalry grows, you put him in an I Quit match. It's the perfect payoff. The spot that AJ did on SmackDown when he announced his retirement, just like Mr. Henry Mark did previously.
That was cinema.
It was great. I thought it was awesome. What do you guys think?
Excellent promo. I mean, just watching Cody get his get duped again by someone who thought he was his friend again. When's Cody Rhodes gonna learn? There's no friends in this business, bro. Yet he's the golden boy. He's Johnny's favorite.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Triple J. I agree with you 100%. And you did not lie. No lies were told by Triple J here. As one person once said, it is lonely at the top. And to quote Kevin Nash, in this business, you can either make friends or you can make money.
There you go.
Texas Championships.
Johnny boy, you kind of butthurt here. You got two
I don't
on Cody, huh?
This is the first time somebody agreed with Joe. So it's getting hot.
Here, John. John, here you go. John.
Oh, you brought the toy.
Just hand me one of your Cubs jerseys, buddy. I'll be all right.
Oh no!
Oh,
Really?
Don't bring the Cubs into this.
You know what? Regardless of making friends or making money, Cody Rhodes is still champ. So
yeah,
he's making banger after banger after banger after banger.
And it doesn't look like it's gonna stop anytime soon.
No, yeah, I think it's gonna be
Agreed.
one hell of a match, dude. No, it's no DQ as well, right? So let's see what they bring out to the table. Because AJ Styles, he has a good history of like some no DQ matches coming from TNA. So hopefully he brings back some of that into his older self and puts on a banger. Like, I really can't wait to see what they got going on.
So we're in competition right now with NXT Battleground right now. I'm watching it on the side as well. I'm sure you guys may be doing the same as well. So far, what do you think about this PLE that's going on in NXT? And at the new Apex Center, am I getting that correctly? Arena? Is it center or arena?
The UFC Apex in Las Vegas.
Yeah. What do you guys think of it so far? I saw very bits and pieces, and the first thing I saw was Sexy Red coming in and twerking in the middle of the ring.
Red, shake your dreads. Yeah.
I'm surprised they allowed that.
That's the first thing I saw when I put it on the thing. It was Sexy Red was just twerking it up, and then we had a tag team match with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, the OC, versus the NXT champions,
Axiom and Nathan Frazier.
Yeah, those guys. What do you guys think of that match?
It was a good match. From what I've read earlier, a lot of people are praising the work that the Good Brothers put in for the match. Some are saying that this is possibly their best match yet in the WWE.
They haven't been in a match since 22. In the right? Am I right? Since 22 Saudi PLE, a PLE match since 22 Saudi. So not match in WWE, but Saudi, a premium live pay-per-view, whatever, right? Since 22 in Saudi. I think, my opinion on Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, they should be in main roster right now because we have a very thin tag team division over there.
Yeah, I mean, I wish they did use them a little bit more. But after seeing the show, the match that they put on, and everybody's saying that could be their best match, hopefully they do something with them, But I don't even know what direction that we have going with the tag team roster right now for the main roster.
Yeah, I mean it's slim pickings, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's really slim pickings up there for the tag team division in WWE right now.
There's just a lot going on, so much to do in so little time.
Yeah. Yep. So I mean that's a good call up right there, and they're veterans. They get the drill. They'll do what they do. Joe, what do you think, buddy, of this tag team division we got going on in WWE just in general?
In general, I think it's getting better. I don't really care for the current champions, but put the belts on Street Profits. Get the Usos back in there. I've been saying that for a while, but I don't know how long the Usos or Jimmy's going to be out for. But, I mean, it could be better.
I think what they should do is build the bloodline up again and have Tama and Tonga become like this like unstoppable team, and then the only team eventually that could stop them would probably be Jimmy and Jay in some match later on down the road.
From what we've seen and what we hear, that could very well be the plan.
Yeah,
just got to give it some time.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of time.
It's just that a WrestleMania hangover time right now, right? After WrestleMania, everything kind of starts slowing down. People are taking some time off, some injuries and all that stuff. So I mean, they might be, affecting the roster right now.
Yeah,
so many.
It'll be SummerSlam season.
Yeah, we'll see what's going on with SummerSlam. Where is SummerSlam? It's in Cleveland, Ohio, correct?
Yeah. Is that also 2 nights?
Stadium.
Oh yeah, they are switched. No, not this year.
Not for another 2 years from what Triple H announced.
Right, in Minnesota.
What do you guys think of that idea about SummerSlam becoming 2 nights? Good idea or overkill?
I think it's overkill. I mean, they just recently, not recently, but just in the last couple of years, it's 2020, I believe, made WrestleMania nights. I think having that crown jewel sort of PLE, just 2 nights is good enough. WrestleMania.
I'll enjoy it for. I don't know, man. I never liked the WrestleMania. I hated the one night. Didn't they have one night for 6 hours or something? WrestleMania before.
Yeah,
WrestleMania 35 in 2019.
Yeah, I hated that. Like I couldn't. Who could really watch WrestleMania for 6 hours? I think me and Joe, we watched that one. Remember, Joe?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we watched it together. But yeah, 6 hours is just overkill. So I mean, switching it to 2 days, that's fine. Switching SummerSlam to 2 days, we'll see how it turns out. I'm either way, right?
I mean, if they just build a killer card, a killer enough card for one night for SummerSlam, that's good enough. I mean, they put a kick-ass main event in there, a co-main event. I think.
Well, night one's gonna be lackluster. It's gonna build up to night 2, probably like what they did with WrestleMania. It's gonna maybe be another storyline that ends in night 2. So we'll see how that plays out, but I'm excited for that, I guess. Moving on, what else is new? There's a lot of topics. There's some signings, some non-negotiable contracts that are expiring, some people planning on possibly switching sides, like my boy Ricochet. He's his contract is expiring and he is not re-signing with the WWE.
I'm shocked.
I don't think he's gonna get anything here in WWE.
Yeah,
they have no attention going towards that guy. He puts on really good matches.
The best matches. Let's get there right. He's the best in-ring performer in my opinion that's out there right now. And I will put him up against anybody. You want to say Okada? You want to say Will Ospreay? You want to say Bryan Danielson? You want to put him up against the best wrestlers in the world? I'm always on the side of Ricochet, and I hope he finds what he's looking for because the WWE hasn't really pushed him in the proper direction that he, as his talent, perceives to be.
Well, I think maybe you might be the only person that actually sees that, Carl. But I mean, he's not going to get anything here. He's going to have to. He might have that match against Will Ospreay if he leaves and goes over to the other side, and I guarantee that's probably going to be a banger too. But they have their reasons why he's not getting pushed here in WWE, and maybe they shouldn't think like that. But there's so much talent that's going around right now, so it's kind of hard to just try to push everybody. Right now they're just pushing the hottest guys that that are the up and comers, and like Ilya Dragunov, he's going to get a lot of attention coming up soon. Braun Breaker is going to get a lot of attention. There's a lot of younger guys that are rising faster and will probably be better than Ricochet.
Better? I don't know. Better. I think they're getting the proper push that they actually truly do deserve, like Braun Breaker and Ilya Dragunov. Well, I hope it works out for him. And there's another name that's pretty big too, Becky Lynch. Supposedly her contract's coming up. Nobody has confirmed that she hasn't re-signed yet, but it's coming up as well. And there's some theories that maybe she won't be with the WWE much longer.
Well, she might be stay at home mom and take care of that kid. I think that's their first child, right? So she might not be back for a while.
So like her and Seth won't be back for a while.
I think
Well, Seth taking time off for heal from injury.
Yeah, he had that surgery.
Injured, so he's gotta heal his injury, and I think Becky's just maybe wants to just stay at home and be a stay-at-home mother.
Yeah, just like what's going on with
take
Alexa
some time
Bliss?
off for the time being.
Yeah, for sure.
Wasn't like Alexa Bliss like pregnant or something, and she's been off?
I have not heard anything about Alexa Bliss for a while now. Currently,
she could be coming back real soon. I think they're just waiting for the right time to bring her back. I believe they will bring her back when we least expect it. And then there's this rumor that she could very well be involved with the new Wyatt family.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll probably come back with the Uncle Howdy storyline.
When are they gonna do that?
Yeah, are we should have they done it like during King and Queen of the Ring? That's how I felt like the most attention was on it. The most hype was getting hyped up. Now it feels like it's dragging and dragging and dragging. I mean, it's their time frame, obviously, but like I was so interested maybe 2 weeks ago, and now it's kind of like just falling off for me.
I think they're gonna push it at a US pay-per-view event, not an overseas one.
I was gonna say probably SummerSlam.
We're gonna wait all the way to I guess, but like do something more with it. Like besides the QR code, they're cool. It's cool, mysterious. You get a letters and stuff like that, but maybe do something more to present maybe the possibility of a faction coming in. Because we don't really know. We just know it's Uncle Howdy pretty much, and we're speculative on who exactly it is. Right? Who knows who could be?
It's got to be Bo Dallas. I believe it'll be Bo Dallas.
It's most definitely Bo Dallas.
You're right. You're right. I mean, but we're still speculating. There's like no hints to anybody else. Maybe Eric Rowan is one of them.
Nikki Cross.
Yeah, just speculation at this point.
I could see it happening based on the Wyatt family history. It would make perfect sense. And then there's this rumor that Dexter Lumis, who hasn't been on TV in months, could be involved in the Wyatt family. I mean, he's good at playing a creepy bastard if you watched his run in TNA from a long time ago.
That's definitely a possibility.
But all in all, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. The whole, like Carl said, it's fallen off. This whole waiting, them dragging it out. Me personally, I'm not really interested in the whole Wyatt family stable. There's just gonna be most likely another faction that's going to run through the roster, terrorize the company, until eventually a super team of heroes are gonna band together to take them down. We've seen this before.
I think the way that they got to be presented is there's got to be a backstory to each of the characters in the faction. So they got to maybe hype up a promo package for this wrestler before they just interfere in some match and just wreck house. It'll just be like every other stable. Maybe since we have till SummerSlam, let's promote these wrestlers coming in one by one, right? You know what I mean? Like let's not just let them run roughshod on a match, all at once. But that's just
I think the real question is when they eventually arrive, who are they going to target first? Who will be their first target?
I mean, I think with the last episode we spoke on it a little bit with all the factions we have going on in WWE. I think we named 5 off the top of our head, right? And we're like, man, there's a lot of opportunity there to go against some kind of rivalry that they have going on. So I don't think there's a pick of opponents.
I was thinking out of like maybe if it's not a faction, maybe they all might target Like I'm just throwing it out there. Like Bray Wyatt, who was his last opponent before he had to go?
LA Knight.
Yeah. So maybe because LA Knight's getting that push right now, with Logan Paul calling him out, they might have that title shot in Cleveland for him. Maybe they might come out, Bray Wyatt, Bo Dallas might come out and interfere with that match somehow and target LA Knight.
That is a good speculation there, Johnny boy.
You know, it was the last one. And then he also did do that really, really heartfelt shout out to Bray Wyatt at the week after he passed or the day after he passed.
He did.
And he was like, a wise man once told me, run. And that was really awesome of him. I think they might use that as well, you know, kind of like to play like a little personal part into it. Like, that was my brother's. You're not allowed to say that, blah, 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 this and that. So I don't know. I really got a good feeling about that. But other than that, I don't know who else they would actually go after first. And Bloodline got their own thing going on, you know.
Oh, speaking of the Bloodline,
Solo
Sikoa is the head of the table.
Solo.
He is the head of the table. Solo.
Wow.
Joe, you can't honestly
Roman
like
guy.
what he's doing right now, brother.
Yeah, I said that in the last cast. Yeah, Roman needs to come back and bring some order to it. But I do like the villainous Solo. Not too crazy about the Tongans, the sons of Haku. But I like how he's taking command. He's taking command of the whole thing. That's cool with me. I like to get a push. Let's go Solo.
Nah, I'm not feeling it, but let's let it play out. We'll see what's the dealio here. Hold on one second.
So I think definitely though, you know, obviously it might be like a Survivor Series like main event coming up with Roman, Jimmy, and Jay, and then versus Solo and the Tongans, because Roman's gonna come back and Solo's gonna like whoop his ass, dude. This is my show now. You're no longer here. You were gone since WrestleMania. And, like, Solo really is gonna take over, and I think Roman's gonna get that babyface push when he comes back.
Survivor Series time, you think?
Yeah, well,
Probably.
because there's still so much time, but there's still so much other things that they still have to build up. Make these Bloodline guys like unstoppable, you know?
Yeah, make them legit, make them look like in a threatening force in the WWE universe, and that is what they're doing right now. They're giving it a slow burn.
Yeah,
Making them dominant.
make them ruthless. You know,
Ruthless.
Just like
That's how you make this table work.
Mhm.
Make them
Like
the ultimate bad guys.
Like what Kaiser does when he faces somebody and he like goes when he puts them on the steps. You know, and that kind of image has to be put on the Bloodline with Tama and Tonga. Those guys have to be shown like they're ruthless. And Solo, he's already like that anyway because he's supposed to be like the Umaga character, like super crazy. Don't mess with this guy, you know. And you know, I think it'd be very good later on in the deep run of things.
Speaking of Ludwig, where is Vinci? What happened to him?
They kicked his ass out of Imperium.
He said
they
they wrote him off, dude. He's gone. There's no Vinci.
Why is that
He was buried.
That's it. He's gone. Have we saw him since the turn?
We have not. We have not. I could probably see him resurfacing on NXT.
They're gonna yeah, maybe. As a solo? No, I don't see it, brother.
He did pretty well. He put on some good matches
solo. Nah.
It's
all hit on that guy. That guy's super athletic.
King of the ring.
I'm just not happy that they split him up. That they split him and what's his name? Ludwig? Yeah, I'm not happy that they split up Ludwig and Giovanni up. They were a pretty solid tag team. Very underrated tag team on NXT, despite winning the NXT tag team titles at one point. But I think they should have won some tag team gold on the main roster. I did think they deserved that honor, and they deserved that on their resumes, respectively.
Right. Thank you.
Gunther made that stable. I mean, yep. It's all Gunther. Speaking of Gunther, are we seeing a undeniable great match versus him and Ilya Dragunov?
Oh.
It's gonna be
without a doubt.
right?
Yeah.
Hey, look, Samantha Irvin made Imperium as well.
Yes, I agree. And also with this Ricochet, contract situation, will we see Samantha maybe go with him, or
I sure hope not.
Yeah, I don't
She's
think
needed
so.
here.
Yeah.
She's very much needed.
Yeah.
You think she's GOAT announcer, the greatest of all time announcer?
She's goated.
I
yeah.
would the
She's
goat.
goated. Not yet.
What's the difference between a goat and a goat head? Wait a minute, isn't there only one goat?
Speaking of goats, let's talk about AEW. Everybody's the GOAT in the AEW, right? We got Will Ospreay says he's the GOAT. We got Mercedes Moné says he's the woman's GOAT. We got what's his name? MJF. He says he's the GOAT. And then Bryan Danielson just looks like a GOAT. Right?
Yeah.
What's their infatuation over there? Who do you like? I mean, isn't that something that other people bestow upon you instead of you saying you are the best, right? You can say you're the best wrestler right now, but you're gonna say you're the greatest wrestler of all time. Come on, man. That's the only thing I don't like about some of the promos that are cut in AEW is everybody's goated.
You didn't mention Roderick Strong. You didn't mention Swerve Strickland. You didn't mention Samoa Joe. You didn't mention Chris Jericho.
The
learning tree.
Cody Rhodes.
Oh my!
Well, yeah.
You get your head out of the man's ass.
Cody, he's not there yet, but he'll be in the conversation someday. He'll be on his way.
I'm just trying to get Joe's worked up a little bit.
What's your best? What's your favorite thing about AEW right now? What's your favorite matches right now? What's your favorite rivalry? Whatever's going on, Joe. What do you like seeing right now?
Okay, well, one thing I like about it is that they're inviting in cross promotions. I mean, they're bringing CMLL and Ring of Honor guys and New Japan guys, and I mean, there's a lot of talent out there. Put them up against your best,
Yeah, it's really cool how they're doing that. I feel like their roster is so big, and they promote so much other promotions and titles like the ROH titles and the AEW titles. I feel, and then they even bring in New Japan, the IWGP, right?
Granted, yeah, the title pictures can get a little bit saturated, but let's do a comparative look, okay? And here's something else that'll get under John's skin.
Uh-oh.
WWE recently have been pushing the hero and villain narrative, okay? And traditionally, they've attracted a younger audience, children, a lot more. You'll see a lot more children in their audience than, say, the AEW tribalists. Okay.
Oh, no.
And you can call AEW wrestling for grown folks. That's the way I see it. They're way more focused on technicality and brutality as well. And again, WWE likes that hero villain narrative with a little bit less physicality, I guess. That's what
You're not wrong.
A lot more physicality. That's their selling point to me.
Yes.
But current state AEW, whatever ratings wise, you could say whatever you want about that. I don't care much about the ratings
either. I mean, it's a fun watch. They have some really kick-ass talent on there.
If I enjoy watching a promotion, I'm gonna watch it. Whatever. But the title pictures, yeah, we got who's gonna be the TNT champion now. We got the learning tree, Chris Jericho, as your for the world,
for
the world, right? I'm getting that right. For the world champion, and then we got Swerve at the top, but he looks like he might be buried. It might be a transition.
I heard his run has been kind of dry. Mistaken.
It seems like a transitional champion to put that belt on their boy Will Ospreay.
You think he's actually going to get that belt?
Yeah.
I think
I'm
Ospreay's about
surprised they're not waiting till Wembley.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure either. That would have sold, whole
where
stadium.
will they put MJF in all this?
Again, yeah, exactly. What are they gonna do? If they're still going by their whatever record ranking system that they use, right? He has to work his way up to get to that title shot, but I don't think that's a thing anymore with them.
Right
Yeah,
now
Will,
he's 0-0 in 2024.
Right. So if
I
there's
feel
a
like
rank,
they are ignoring the ranking system.
right, they most definitely are, which was their top selling point before, right? We actually have wrestlers who make it all the way up, whatever. But I think it's been a while since they've actually adhered to that rule.
well
They
then,
still do display their win-loss record right under their nameplates. Keep in mind,
yeah,
They
they.
still do.
But then
because wins and
again,
losses matter.
you have the heel EVPs, the ones in charge, the Young Bucks.
Yes.
They have a lot to do with this as well in terms of the ranking system and just sheer brutality and kind of blurring the actual competition of it all.
Yeah, I can't like as workers maybe like whatever, but I'm just not the biggest as most people know, not the biggest fan of the Young Bucks and what they're doing there. But yeah, they're probably gonna be in another main event somehow, some way next PLE
Again,
pay-per-view. They'll figure it out. They'll be involved some way.
Despite being the EVPs, they are doing a really good job being the heel executive vice presidents of All Elite Wrestling. And props to our guy, Tony Khan, for willing to take a bump for them. What was it, a Meltzer driver?
Yeah, that was a while ago. He Meltzer driver got the neck brace, went on all these sports shows with the neck
To
brace.
sell.
And then and then in the process, he attempted to bury the WWE.
I can't
Why
stand
did
Tony
you care
Khan, dude.
to try to bury WWE? What?
Yeah, he said something about Weinstein wrestling and Pepsi versus Coke, some promo he cut on one of those national sports networks. Which I mean, it's Tony Khan, man. He's unpredictable, as they say.
He looks like the type of person if you had games on your phone. I can't stand that guy, dude. Seriously.
Look, AEW is gonna be around as long as Tony Khan and his father want to throw money in it, and I hope it never dies or whatever. But as long as they throw money at it, it's cool. But it's easy to run a company on a loss. You know what I mean? It's
He's
easy.
good for that business. He's running that business fairly well. I mean, I don't know if he's selling out arenas.
He also owns Ring of Honor too.
Yep. I mean, you see all these whatever. You see all these clips on Twitter and YouTube with empty arenas or but I'm sure the people who are there are having a freaking blast, but just like we did.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I had a blast too when they went to one. It's just different. It's like baseball. You got to be there to kind of enjoy it. But watching it on TV can be a little boring.
AEW are Trump supporting Cubs fans, right?
Trump supporting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
register to vote.
There you go, Joe. There's your answer, Joe.
I mean, I compared A&W when they first started, or like 2 years into it, 3 years into it, to like MLS, where you have like what's his name, Messi, right? Messi, Lionel Messi. He's in Miami, just like David Beckham. Prior to that, all the guys in their twilight years go to this one sporting league to retire, pretty much make some money at their twilight years when they're not at the peak of their game, they're not in their prime, they're just trying to collect a paycheck. I felt like in the beginning of AEW that was what was provided to us, but now I'm really enjoying the product. I can't hate, man.
Well, when they re-signed Edge, aka Adam Copeland, I mean, consider this: the guy retired due to an injury, due to a neck injury.
He did.
He comes to AEW and just takes anyone and everyone, including Christian Cage, and he wins that TNT title. So I mean, he's on the top of his game as far as I'm concerned. I mean, he had a hell of a match against Malachi Black, and yeah.
Can you say Christian Cage one more time for me, please?
Christian Cage.
No one pronounces names better than this guy.
It was a good cage match, but personally, in my opinion, an unpopular opinion, I think Malachi should have went over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that the spot that Adam Copeland, aka Edge, or whatever you call him, the Radar Superstar, whatever, that spot jumping off the cage was necessary for him at his age? I mean, it's his body, right? So we can't really talk on it. But do you think at 50 years old, a wrestler should be jumping off a cage? I mean, granted, Terry Funk was in barbed wire steel cage matches and blowing up rings and shit, right?
Oh, he lived for that shit.
I mean, why not? I mean, yeah, it's their body, and I don't know how much they get paid exactly, but if they want to do that, if that's what drives them, then hell yeah.
For the love of the game. I mean, look at Sting. He took a Sammy, how do you say his name? Sammy something. Yeah, didn't he do like some triple front flip or something? And he wasn't supposed to actually hit Sting, but Sting forgot to move and he actually got folded on the table. I mean, Sting was still taking these what do you call them?
High spots, big bumps.
Yeah. And he's old as hell.
Yeah, but Sting was
he moved so well for his age.
Yeah.
Still, like you know, when you get older, your bones are more brittle, and your body doesn't heal as fast as it used to. You know, so you kind of got to watch out for yourself. I mean, didn't Edge break his leg or something after he took?
That's what they're saying. He messed up his leg or knee, and yet he still won the match in the end. I'm surprised after the spot happened and the injury happened, I'm surprised they didn't call an audible and have Malachi Black win the match and the title, because I think he deserved it. But then after the Gangrel spot, nope, that's how you know Copeland was going to go over.
Mr. Gangrel came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, what everybody really wanted to happen in last year's WrestleMania when Edge was facing Finn Balor, everybody wanted him to come back so bad because Ed had the Brood entrance, and it actually happened in AEW, and I don't think it could have been better because how funny and mystic, however you want to say it was, that he just popped out of the ring and he whooped everybody's ass. I think that was pretty cool.
That was cool. I liked
it. It was a good spot for a good moment for nostalgia.
I enjoyed it. Moving on to the women's division, though, boys. Man, are we cooking that way?
Oh, live forever, live.
Dude, oh yeah,
Liv Morgan. So happy
Who
for
would
her.
have thought?
Love Liv
Who would
Morgan.
have thought Liv would have a better program than Bailey right now? I didn't call it. I didn't see it.
I get it, though. I get it. Because it's Raw. They favor Raw over SmackDown any day of the week because Raw is clearly the A show. And with the Netflix move coming soon, they gotta make Raw look good. They gotta make it look like $1 million and make it look good for Netflix.
You know, I do agree with that point. But when Roman and Rock were running at SmackDown for however long they did, even before when Roman was still around, SmackDown was a show.
Yeah, SmackDown was a show. They were leading for a little bit. I agree.
But now, with everything going on right now, and
the switch up.
Yeah, definitely a big switch up, and it's amazing. You know what Liv Morgan makes me feel like when I watch her on TV? Has anybody seen The Sandlot? You know,
yes. Oh, with the peppercorn.
Yeah, all the kids are in the pool. Got to get the laugh card to come save you. That's how I feel when I watch Liv Morgan. My God.
That's a pretty fair take.
Yeah, man. I mean, I gave a lot of criticism on her in-ring activity. Like, Oblivion, if when she hit it on Nia Jax, it looked horrible. Like that's a move, that's a spot for someone her size that she can maybe handle down. But if she's hitting it on someone bigger, it looks very slow and very sloppy.
Yeah, she hit it
Oh
perfectly on
yeah.
Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
But the fact is, Liv still defeated Nia Jax in a very surprising fashion. I'm not mad at it. But I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Despite the Oblivion, despite the way Liv landed the Oblivion on Nia Jax, because like you said, when you do it on a bigger person, the move is executed slowly, and if you execute it on someone who's at the same speed as Liv, more so Becky Lynch, it's gonna go correctly and in sync, and it makes the move look a whole lot better.
Yep.
There'll
I
be
love
hits,
Nia
there'll be misses.
Yep. I love Nia Jax, what she's doing. I think fair to Triple H, right? Good on him that he made her the queen of the ring. She deserved it 100%.
Yep, I think she definitely deserved it too.
I
And I
agree.
think it's only gonna get better because Nia
Yep.
is like probably the best heel for the women roster. I think she's just so good, and with her background too, and how she was accused or somebody just claimed that she would injure people on purpose.
It was actually true. We don't know if it was on purpose or on accident, but
Yeah,
I mean, there were times when she had her moments, but that was in her first run. That is in the past. And I was not the biggest fan of Nia Jax. I mean, just because you're related to someone in the wrestling legacy doesn't mean I'm going to like you. You got to earn your stripes. You got to put in the time, the work. You have to pay your dues. And now that she's back for her second run, she's doing better. I will give credit where credit is due. The right woman won the Queen of the Ring tournament. And here's the hot take. Mark my words. I think she's going to be the one to take the women's title from Bayley.
Ooh. And I think
I mean, she's already the number one contender for SummerSlam. That was the whole point of the Queen of the Ring.
Yep.
I think rightfully
She's
so.
going to do it.
Yeah.
So a question got brought up to me, and they're saying, who's the up and coming women that are like the 4 horsewomen?
Oh, that's a
And
good question.
and I kind of I'm like, I think that's just once in a lifetime thing, or once in a very long time, that 4 women are interchangeable to be the main spot. Undeniably great talents like Charlotte, Bayley, who was it? Sasha Banks, and who was the last 4 horsewomen?
Damage control.
No,
Bayley.
no,
Charlotte, Becky, Mercedes, and Bayley.
Becky. There you go. Charlotte, Becky, Mercedes, and Bayley. Right. So now we're looking at maybe Tiffany Stratton is going to be one of these up and coming women's division. Lyra of Valkyria.
Well, they were hinting at an alliance with Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax in the last episode.
Yeah, like some tag team going on or something.
But will we ever see that 4 undeniable talented females that could all be top spot women's champions ever again?
Well, right now I think we do. It might take a while. I mean, Bianca Belair has made a name for herself, and she's still around. She's still young. You have what's her name? Her partner, Jade Cargill. She's definitely going to be up there pretty soon. She's learning a lot from Bianca, which I think she really needed. As far as the other two,
the closest we've gotten to a group of women who could be the successor to the 4 horsewomen was at one point Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah, Raquel,
like some kind of holy trinity.
But
now that's kind of fallen off.
It has. So now we're speculating for the future of up and coming women. Even though this is the thing they got going on is great, I just never thought that Liv would have such a good program, and Bayley's just kind of, it's mid to me.
Well, keep in mind, tonight they are introducing on NXT a secondary women's title, the North American women's title. So could there be a secondary title on the main rosters, on the main shows?
For the sake of the women and them getting more opportunities, to answer your question, Triple J, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so also.
I think we're all
People
in
have been
agreement.
begging for it for years, and now they got it, but for the women of NXT before the women of the main roster. They clearly care more for the women of NXT. Look how many matches they're getting, how much TV time they're getting, how many non-title storylines are happening throughout the night. The NXT women's division does not miss. It's cooking every single week.
Yeah.
And I'm over here begging and pleading, can we see this kind of cooking on the main roster? Can the women of the main roster please get this much TV time? You can do that on a 3-hour show.
No, you definitely can.
Sure.
Do you think that their talents, when they're coming up to the main roster, are kind of watered down, or like,
Yes.
you know, like because they're going up against the heads, you know, the big stars now.
The veterans, yeah.
Are their abilities not being as showcased as much?
No.
My answer is yes, because many people call a call up to the main roster, well, to the company, it's a promotion, but to some of us wrestling fans, call it a demotion because they water you down and they don't let you showcase your true talents, just like on NXT. And getting called up, it's like a fresh start. And they basically try to ignore your NXT run, like your accomplishments in NXT didn't matter. But then again, respectfully speaking, that was under the Vince McMahon era. Now in the Triple H era, the Renaissance era, they actually acknowledge it. But back to what I was saying, them getting called up to the main roster, it's like a fresh start, like a reset, a new chapter. You have to learn everything all over again. You have to, once again, pay your dues, make a name for yourself, do some jobs, take some losses.
That's what they're doing.
Until eventually,
Breaker out of King of the Ring.
that was weird.
Yeah.
That was weird. But to what Carl was saying, but to what you were saying, Carl, a lot earlier is that some people, I think it was you, Carl, or you, Johnny Boy, when it comes to getting pushed to the main roster, they either get the slow burn or they get the rocket strapped to their back, push them to the moon. There's the chosen few. Braun Breaker is most definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna
shout out to Cam
to the moon.
Grimes, by the way, to the moon.
Do you think you'll ever see something like a Brock Lesnar ever again? Like how it was just undeniable that he was gonna be, you know, the guy. Like undeniably.
He was a once in a lifetime talent.
Like he just got obviously that rocket was up to the moon.
Oh, yeah.
He was
absolutely
a guy, right? When he first came, he
was the world heavyweight champion in UFC. I mean, who else is going to do that? It was who else is going to cross over like that? CM Punk tried and failed miserably.
Oh, miserably.
And now where is he in WWE? So yeah, he was definitely a once in a lifetime talent. Who knows who will be the next Brock Lesnar?
I felt like that was more capable of happening back in the day. I think this day and age, you have the NXT. It's obviously its own brand. It's developmental, but we're watching what happened. Not many people watch OVW, you know, Florida W, whatever, Florida Championship Wrestling.
Florida Championship Wrestling.
Right. No, not too much people watched those promotions. So when you got that new superstar in, you had no idea what to expect. That's why I kind of limit my NXT. I like to look into it. But then, like, I didn't see so much Ilya Dragunov matches, and then when he came to the main roster, I'm like, man, this guy's a stud. You know what I mean? So I like to build that anticipation without like watching too much NXT on the side.
I mean, I noticed that out of most of the call-ups or drafts, Carmelo Hayes is getting a lot of big matches.
Oh yeah,
he's getting a good push too.
He's a really good performer.
Got a title shot against Cody on it.
Yeah,
I respect that after the draft, right?
Yep, literally.
I looked at them as a big test for Melo. if he
could
could sink or
definitely-
swim with the main eventers.
I could definitely see him getting that United States Championship and running with that thing. I feel like
You
he
think
would
so?
look
You
great.
think?
He
you
would
think?
be a great
I could
US
see it.
champ. I really
I
think
could, I
he'd
could
be-
see it happening, Johnny. I do. First, we got to get the title off of. First, we got to get the
Logan
title
Paul.
off of Logan Paul with our boy L.A. Knight. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because soon afterwards, L.A. Knight is gonna need a heel to feud with. Enter
Oh,
Carmelo
Carmelo.
Hayes.
oh yeah. But Logan Paul is not losing that title in Cleveland. That's his hometown. There's no way he's gonna lose in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Sad to say.
I mean, look at it this way: there has been a history of the company making their hometown wrestlers lose in their hometown. Could it be the same in the Triple H era? Only time will tell. We'll see when we get there.
Well, we'll see a Clash at the Castle. Will Drew lose in Scotland?
That one's
No.
hard to say. That one's hard to say for me. I don't know because
say he wins.
CM Punk is still there. CM Punk is still, looking for the guy. But I don't know. I think he might interfere with them, and then they might have their own thing going on. A non-title storyline.
Scottish.
It's not the right business decision. I don't think. In
I
my
just don't have good feelings.
No.
Every time,
They already did it at WrestleMania. Why do it again?
right? But that's like the history of Drew, though. He lost to Roman at Clash of the Castle, right?
He did.
And that was
Thanks
in
to Solo.
not. It wasn't in Scotland. I think it was in England, right? Was it in England?
It was in Wales.
Okay, so he still got that big pop, like it was his home country, because he was so close.
that international
So
crowd's
now
gonna
this
be
is the year where they do right by him. They gave him his WrestleMania moment. Granted, it was tarnished because of CM Punk and the Damian Priest cash in, but now this is the time where he gets that moment in his home country of Scotland at Clash of the Castle for the World Heavyweight Championship. And we don't have to worry about any briefcases this time. This is where Drew
Yeah.
gets the moment. For real this time.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's not his moment, then he's done. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: is Piper Nevin? Is she from Scotland?
Yes.
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 So I believe then, since they have two people from Scotland for a title, that Piper's probably gonna take the fall for sure, and then Drew doesn't have to take the fall. He could win.
So Bailey retains.
Yeah, Bailey retains.
Yes. Bailey retains.
Yeah.
Let's keep the belt on Bailey. Let's do it.
I say she holds on to it till SummerSlam.
So
That's the next PLE, right?
yep. No.
After Clash, yeah.
Is there another one in
Yeah.
between?
After
No,
Clash of the Castle. Yeah, SummerSlam in August.
next one after Clash.
No.
Yeah.
After Clash of the Castle, it's Money in the Bank, and then it's SummerSlam. Money in the Bank is on the 4th of July weekend.
Yes.
Okay.
What? Oh, yeah, you're right.
And then we have the Money in Bank, which a lot of people are speculating Jey Uso may be the Money in the Bank winner.
He's a heavy favorite. He's a heavy favorite to win the briefcase, along with, to some of the fans on Twitter, Finn Balor being another favorite.
That's
But we
interesting.
won't know. We won't know until they book the matches.
Yeah.
But it's not a Money in the Bank season yet, so this is early speculation. It's just early predictions. But I
Yeah,
enjoy
it's
it.
pretty cool, so.
That's a good one though, because Jay beat Finn in the first round of the King of the Ring. So maybe that could be like Finn's payback, that last minute stretch where Jay's gonna get that briefcase. Here comes Finn Balor coming to ruin it. And he might do it. And then
I could see it happening.
because Damian Priest, he's probably, yeah, you're right. He might lose the belt at Castle. So
Yeah.
but I feel like Finn might ruin Jay's moment. Because Finn deserves that push too, in my opinion. They need to do him better.
I feel like the Money in the Bank winner has been kind of like lackluster lately. What the last few we had Austin Theory, right?
Oh man.
We had Austin Theory,
They
then we
fumbled
had
that one.
Like it's not the same as like it was before. So I hope this one's gonna be an exciting one. I always love what they do with the briefcases and into their own design, and it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that was always cool. I was always a fan. I was always a fan of that. I'm looking
What was your
forward to
favorite design?
favorite design. There's
On
there's
the
a lot of good
briefcase.
ones.
I have one. It's RVD's, obviously.
I knew
Wait,
you were
wait.
gonna say that.
What were you guys designed for? What?
The
When,
money in the bank briefcase, the aesthetics
Yeah.
that it's personalized to that character, you know?
Favorite
Man.
design.
Brock Lesnar had speakers in his, like a boombox.
I love that. I just hate that it only lasted a week.
Yeah.
So that was my favorite one, RVD. That's a good one too, Joe.
For me, I just like the matches. To be honest with you, I don't really care about the briefcase. I just love those are my favorite matches. Money in the Bank matches.
Do you
Ladder
think they
matches.
should have had their whole pay-per-view for Money in the Bank or just kept it on WrestleMania?
Oh wait, do you remember Damian Sandow? He had a leather briefcase, like a.
I did like that one. I do honestly miss seeing Money in the Bank being contested at WrestleMania. I do miss that.
I kind of do too. I mean, but then you wouldn't get that CM Punk moment, right? Versus John Cena, that big Chicago pop.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude, the main event is on at Battlegrounds right now.
That's Trick Williams versus Ethan Page, right? The surprise.
All legal Ethan Page.
Yeah.
I'm not even watching it right now. I paused the show so I could be here with you guys. I even muted my television.
No, we won't. No spoilers. No spoilers.
I got it paused at the Obi Femi triple threat match right now.
Same.
Yeah, I want to see that. Obi Femi's a beast.
If we want to see these matches, we don't want to some of us don't want to multitask. We want to focus on what we're doing now, and then we'll give this show the attention it rightfully deserves, right after.
Right.
Yeah, guys, we multitask way too much in our working.
Yeah.
It can be overwhelming, especially if you're running a wrestling page and covering the page on your laptop and watching what's going on at the exact time. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
I've been there, done that.
Exactly.
It was fun while it lasted.
Do we see any title changes in the upcoming pay-per-views and PLEs? And if so, who do we see as champions?
I'm gonna go with, and
Joe?
I'm gonna go with Drew. And regardless of how the I Quit match turns out between Cody and AJ, I just want to see Cody get mauled and ravaged.
I'm gonna say Drew for sure, but to spice things up a bit, Joe, I want to see a turn of events, and AJ Styles makes Cody Rhodes say "I quit," and then AJ Styles becomes champion.
God bless you for it. I hope the OC gets involved and all that. Take the belt off of him. Get rid of Cody Rhodes once and for all, please.
And put it on AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I'm not against the idea. I love AJ Styles.
So I'm picking Drew as everybody else on the right here is, but I'm also gonna say Will Ospreay is gonna take down Swerve Strickland.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, that's a safe bet.
Will Ospreay is a guy for Tony Khan. He loves him. He's paying him handsomely, and he's pushing him to the moon. So
he's worth the money.
Yeah,
he shows up. He shows up every week, unlike Kota Ibushi before he was injured.
Well, there was a big thing. So a news source posted on Twitter that Will Ospreay was taking a sabbatical. So the sabbatical only lasted about 1 week because he's going to be on Dynamite Wednesday. So it wasn't really a sabbatical, but everybody was like, oh, Triple H was right. He's afraid of the grind. He's not the guy. to be your number one guy. So, do you think Will Ospreay is actually afraid of the grind, as they say?
I don't think
He's
so.
been grinding his whole career. I mean, he's gotten to where he is for a reason. So
Johnny's got a point.
He's an international superstar. He's
Yeah.
how do you not grind?
out on Will Ospreay, honestly.
Well, once you get to that point, just like they're comparing it to Roman Reigns, where Roman wasn't on TV every week or he wasn't having a match every week. Do you believe that once you get to that status of maybe, a superstar, megastar, or the top guy, if you could just, your presence alone could just draw, do you have to have a match every week?
I feel like if you're not winning titles, then no, it shouldn't be like that. To be honest,
At least cut a promo. At least show up to work every week. Cut a promo. Get
There you go.
yeah.
something. Maybe not a title match every week.
Make an appearance.
Yeah.
Make an appearance, yeah. I mean,
Right.
Whether it's in the ring or a segment or a backstage segment,
Right.
either one. Or
Yeah.
commentary, whatever.
and
Yeah.
that's all you have to do. Like, if you have that aura about you, or if you're the top guy and you can present a good promo or a good segment, it doesn't matter. But I can't compare Roman Reigns to Will Ospreay just yet. So
No, not at all. Not even close.
some people would, but I mean,
Their styles and their ways of storytelling are very, very different.
you can't really compare the two at this point.
Well, Ray, since this is your first time here on Smarkin, we want to know, who's your Mount Rushmore?
There you
My
go.
Mount Rushmore, that is a very good question. Granted that I grew up during the end of the Attitude Era, at the very peak, and during the Ruthless Aggression Era, I would say my Mount Rushmore, I would say The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, and the fourth one for Mount Rushmore, I would have to say, let's see, got The Rock, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels.
Don't say Cena. Don't say Cena. Don't say Cena.
I would not say John Cena, no, but that's how I feel. I mean, I have great respect for John Cena, but he was my favorite wrestler in the Ruthless Aggression Era, but that doesn't mean that he's on my Mount Rushmore, respectfully. Everybody has their Mount Rushmore. And unfortunately, John Cena's not, and I still love him, but he's not on my Mount Rushmore. I would have to give that final spot to Eddie Guerrero.
Nice.
Very, very nice Mount Rushmore.
That's
Thank
a
you.
very nice Rushmore.
Eddie,
Well,
Eddie.
shout out to Eddie. Wow.
Latino Heat.
Yes, sir.
Viva la raza.
Yeah.
Dirty Dom is doing him proud, huh?
Yeah, he's got the stash.
Oh, yeah.
All it and everything.
Yep.
He's a lot of fun to watch.
He's a lot of
yeah.
fun. Well, on that note, let's end it here, boys, and thank everybody for watching Smarking Around. I am your host, Carl Smarks. And we got Johnny Boy, Triple J, Joe, and special guest. Thank you so much, Ray. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you, Ray.
it's been a blast.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for having me. Happy to do this with you guys. Great to meet all of you. Thank you, Carl, for the invite.
All right, boys.
All right. Hey.
And we're off.